Sonu, really gave everybody a tour, which is what I really liked on the mechanics of the business and his experience. And, it's amazing coming from the restaurant industry to being part of this industry. So it's pretty amazing. So Pradeep, what shall we talk about? You know me, I just go with the flow.
Chief, I wanted you to give everybody out here the bigger vision of Renault Global. Where are we headed? And how important this mega match is for anybody who's old, new, to actually achieve some crazy dreams in 2021. And what would mega match and the Renault Global Vision do for them this year?
Yeah. No, very good, very good. Everybody paying attention. It's always good to write key bullet points down. Okay, don't keep it up to your phone. Don't keep it up to your memory. And it's not about every word. There you go, Susu. Thank you. There's the pen. The faintest ink, and the faintest ink on a pen is more mightier than the most powerful sword. Right. So there's your sword, Susu. That's perfect. So listen, the promotions, why do we do promotions? Just let's ask ourselves that. Why do we do promotions? As I sip on my tea, the promotions are designed for you to stretch, right? Because you do your normal business. This allows you to do a little bit more than you thought possible. That's what the promotions are designed for you to stretch, for you to do a little bit more than you normally do, right? And so that the mega match promotion is designed for you to start to work more in depth on your team, okay? Because what you're going to find, here's how the binary works. Our compensation is binary compensation, right? And you might think it's the two people that you brought in, but what you'll find as you develop over time is it's going to come from way down deep, right? I mean, the two that you brought in might do good, or the four that you brought in might do good, but as you expand your binary compensation plan, it's going to come way down deep, okay? So this promotion is for you designed to go deeper into your organization. And there's a concept called tap rooting, okay? Tap rooting. Taproot means that if you go deep 20 levels and that person, you help them become a full-timer, right? Everybody in between now has to move or get out of the way, has to do something, right? But it came because you taprooted all the way down 20 levels deep. So what I like to do is not just work with the people that I brought in, but go deeper and deeper and deeper to find that diamond in the rough, right? That diamond is way down. And as your network matures, you're going to see it's your money's coming from somebody 30 levels deep, 50 levels deep, right? So this promotion is designed for you, not you to get more fast start money or get the trip because you made it's really designed. Yes, you got to keep recruiting. We all do every single day. Invite. But it's also simultaneously teaching other people how to invite. Teaching other people how to, get to the next level. And if we talk about the vision, let's just talk about 2021, the vision. We have goals. I have goals, just like you have goals, right? So the way that you would set your goal is, yes, the company has a vision. Yes, the company has its goals, where we're going to be. We can't do it without you. There's no way. We have new products coming. That means nothing if nobody's in the, leadership position with that product. Like Sonu said, you've seen companies with the best products and the best compensation plans don't even last 1 year, right? And so it's going to take all the pieces of the puzzle. But here's the first piece for you, okay? Who's a team builder? Raise your hand. Let me see who's on video. Who's a team builder? Okay. Actually, better question. Who's not team builder? Do we have anybody on video who's not team builder? Don't be shy about it. It's not a big deal. Raise your hand if you're not a team builder. Who do you see raising their hand, Pradeep?
I can only see one person, Mustafa Kinani, but that's not true. There are many, many people in this room who's not team builder. Florence.
Okay.
Yeah, two people. Two honest people in this entire room.
Okay. All right. So let's just speak to that level right there. Okay. So you have a big goal, right? and let's say, your 2021 goal, whatever it is, right? That's the, I don't want to say end goal, but that's the 2021 goal, right? So maybe you're looking at it Christmas time, end of the year, holiday time, November, October, December, whatever. That's going to be your 2021 goal, right? And maybe that's, I want to be a full timer, or I want to quit my job, or I want to be making 5,000 US dollars every month, whatever that is, right? Okay. Then you have to look at the compensation plan and say, okay, what's my next step? The compensation had all these levels. So if you're not team builder, what's your massive next goal? It's not at the end of the year, I want to make $10,000 a month yet. You have to take it now into the this is kind of interesting. I've never let go of this word. Here's my planner. I write things in my planner, but when I open my planner, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says CEO Mel Gill, and then underneath my name, it says DMO, right? That's the first page of my day plan. What is DMO? Okay, it's your daily method of operation. DMO is your daily method of operation, right? Because I know something that everybody else might not know, is that there has to be a daily method of operation, right? In this business, who's the boss? You're the boss. You're your own boss. So it's very easy. It's Wednesday, I had a rough Tuesday. I don't feel like working. It's very easy to do that when you're your own boss, right? Because there's no discipline. And so what I found is, I have to have a routine daily method of operation, a DMO, and that is my daily activities. So what you have to do is put together an action plan. If you're not team builder, what is your daily method of operation so that someday you'll become a team builder, right? It's a daily thing. Let's say you're a team builder, and I won't have everybody raise their hand, but who's not executive? That's the next level in the plan. So if your goal is 10,000 US dollars a month and to quit your job in November, you're not going to get there unless you hit the first level, the second level, right? Executive, right? And so when you're talking to your new person, let's say, Mr. Samoa, you enrolled Mr. Saji, number one is, what's Saji's goal in 2021? Well, he's going to tell you, well, 10,000 US and I want to quit my job, right? Then you're going to show him, okay, number one is let's put together the action plan to get to team builder. Oh, he's already team builder. Well, what's the daily method of operation to get to executive? DMO, right? And so with that, it's like you're hitting your goals piece by piece. And what I would encourage everybody to do is celebrate the goals every step of the way. You might think they're small goals, but it's your step to your future big goal, right? So, Mr. Samoa helped Saji become team builder, right? I'd take him out to lunch. There's a reward. Saji, we're going to lunch. You became team builder, right? Okay. Now, Mr. Samoa, you're going to help Mr. Saji become executive. What are you going to do next? I'm going to buy you some flowers, Saji. You became executive, right? There's an award. There's a progress. There's recognition every single step of the way. You might think executive is not, you're not rich yet. Yeah, you're not rich yet, but you're on your way to financial freedom because you keep going, right? And so now Saji's got lunch and he's got flowers from his upline or sponsor, right? He's executive, right? And now he created, his first 500 US dollars, whether it's a week or a month, right? Because you guys need to understand is that this is not a one-hit wonder business. Oh, I became a one-star and now I'm done. Then, like Miss Cynthia said, consistency, right? Consistent checks. So it's great to be one star, but it's even better if you're earning $200 every week, right? And you're building upon that. So I would say, First of all, if you start from day one, and this is why 90% of the people don't make the $50,000 a month income, right? From day one, here's two things you got to do. Okay, you have to set up your business. You set up your business. What does that mean? Okay, is that you treat this as a serious business, because I think everybody in here in this school is not here for a little bit part-time money. Okay, you're here for the big money. I already can tell that, or you wouldn't be at this school. You have dreams, you have goals. Now let's just say you've already set your dreams and goals, right? Because I'm telling you right now, from your job, so Mr. Sonu said his daughter just got into a university. Okay, that costs a lot of money, right? From your job, you're not going to be able to give your children the absolute best ever schooling, the best schooling, because it costs a lot more money than your job can afford. So maybe that's your dream. It can be achieved here. It can be achieved here, but you're going to have to work for it, right? So let's just say that's the big goal. Put my children through the best schools ever, right? Then you have to say, okay, am I going to just do this sometimes, part-times, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, or am I going to do every single day because somebody told me I have to be consistent? And then eventually my son's going to go to the best school in the world, and I can afford it, right? So, but it starts with you taking the business seriously. Now, here's what I find very, very foolish, but I understand it. Because it only takes a couple of $100 to do this business. And again, I'll use Saji as a good example because he came in on a small pack. He didn't come in $500. He came in on $200 small pack, right? So he could have said that, you know what, if this doesn't work, I've only lost $200. And he could have done the business sometimes just to try, see who's interested, see if anybody comes to the Zoom, see if anybody joins, right? But he'd be out of the business because it's a $200 business, right? But he didn't do that. He shows up every day. He works this business every single day. So it's called taking it seriously, right? Now, Saji knows a guy, and I know a guy. He has an ice cream store in Dubai, Golfi shop, right? Okay. I'm sure he takes that business very seriously. He's got a Golfi business. He's got the ice cream store in Dubai. I'm sure he takes it very, very seriously. You know why? He put some money in it. He got his brother, he got a friend, partner, we got money in it. He invested in it. So guess what he does? He shows up every single day, every morning. He shows up at that shop, right? Okay. I can tell you this, he does not make as much money as Pradeep Menon, right? He does not make as much money as Pradeep. However, he's showing up every single day to the Golfi shop. He's taking his business seriously. He's trying. He's trying during the pandemic. Open, reopen. It's closed. It's open. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? He's so stressed out. But he's got a business that does not even make as much as Saji, George, or Pradeep Menon. But Saji invested $200. But Saji decided, I'm not going to treat this like a $200 might work business. I'm going to work harder than that Golfi shop guy. Right? So the Golfi shop guy has a reason because he owns loans, partners, loans, ice cream business. That's his, bread and butter. So he's got all those reasons to show up, right? You could care less, $200, $500. So what, right? So here's what I would say is treat this like a real business, right? And, who's owned a business before? Raise your hand. Okay. Now, when you're in your own business with that responsibility, right? How do you wake up every morning? With anxiousness. I got to get this done. I got to increase my business. I got to get this done. I owe the bank money. I have a loan. Sales were slow yesterday. How do you go to sleep at night? You sleep thinking about your business. You take it seriously. You wake up thinking about it. You sleep thinking about it because it's putting the food on the children's plate for dinner. So you take it seriously. So you know what? When my wife and I joined the business, it was $350 on my father's credit card. On my father's credit card, it was $350 US. It was very easy being a 21-year-old, right? And she's 19. What's on the people's mind at that age? Where's the party? Whose house is the party at on Saturday? Where are we going on Friday night? Right? That's what you're doing in you're 19, 20, 21, right? I mean, that's what's on your mind, right? So we could have easily said, this is too hard of a business. 3 people said no. Now I owe my father $350 on the credit card, but we were lucky enough that, we had a 3-month-old baby. We got married young. We had a 3-month-old baby and no job, no professional business, no formal education. We were thinking like, what's going to happen to this baby? Is my mother's going to raise the baby? My father, what's going to happen? So we ended up going to the training and we learned 2 things. You can treat this like a hobby and make hobby money, right? You have that choice because the hobby money here is actually very good. Every month, if you earn an extra $500 as a hobby, that's pretty good, right? But we can do that if we want to treat it as a hobby. But if we treat it as a serious business, then our 3-month-old daughter, we can provide her with everything life has to offer. Because at the end of the day, people say money's not important. Okay. It's important to give you choices in life. That's what it's important for. It's important to give you options. That's what it's important for. Right. And we thought for our daughter, we could have all the dreams and goals, right? If we took the business seriously. So here's what we had to do. We had to work on our mind. So the craziest thing in this business is right here between the 6 inches and your hair, right here, your head. Because everything that happens in this business is happening in your head first, right? And who's had a bad day before? In life, bad day at the family, a bad day at the house, right? Okay. Some of you have never had a bad day before? All right. How many have had a bad day at your work? A bad day at your business? Several bad days at your business, right? Okay. Okay. So that's called life. That's called what? Life. We are human beings. You're going to have bad days, 1000%, in your personal life, in your business life, in your job life. We're human beings. So why would you think you're not going to have a bad day here? You are. But what happens on that bad day? You quit. Right? Why are we here at this school? To work on this, the 6 inches behind our head, between our head, right? Because if you're having a bad day, this is going to help lift you back up. If you're having a good day, you're here to lift somebody else up with your energy. So if you have a good day, you're here. If you have a bad day, you're here. Because sometimes you need the meeting and sometimes the meeting needs you, right? The meeting needs your good energy when you're having a good day or you're having success. When you're having a bad day, then you need here too, right? So you need the meeting and sometimes the meeting needs you. But so why did Amy and I never miss an event? We never missed an event, ever, period. And what I meant by event was stuff like this, the trainings, the systems, the super Saturdays, we never, ever missed. You know why? Because we had to work on this. Because somebody said no to us. Somebody said, oh, those things don't work. Somebody said, yes, I'm interested. I'm joining today at 5:00. And then we never saw them again because they didn't join. They didn't even show up. Right? So at that point in your mind, no, this doesn't work. Oh, is this a scam? What did I join? 10 people said no to me. Nobody's interested in this business. All that stuff is going in your head. It's all in your head. It's all in between the 6 inches. So that's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. So what I would say is, okay, do what I did. We were kids. They said, write a check, right? And for an amount, at that time, it was 500,000 US dollars. right? And write that check out and put that on the wall where you see it every day. Put that on the wall where you see it every single day. And we had to convince our mind, remember, it's all this, right? We had to convince our mind that we did not invest $350 on my father's credit card, that we invested 500,000 US from a loan from the bank. So then you know what it trained us to do? Look at that check in the morning and say, oh my gosh, if I owe the bank 500,000 US dollars because I took a loan to start my business, how is my daily method operation today? Am I going back to bed? At night, you know, it's 10 o'clock at night. I still haven't finished everything I had on my list. Am I going to bed? No. I'm staying up till 10:30, 11. And guess what? I'm back up in the morning 1 hour earlier than I ever did before, right? Because I have a $500,000 investment. That's called taking the business seriously. And when you see people in this company, you know, you'll see there'll be lots of people making 10,000 US dollars every single month. And there might be one or two that got lucky, right? But for the majority, you know, there's people that showed up, took the business seriously, woke up earlier, slept a little bit late, did whatever they could, right, to get this going. And they treated it like a real business. That's the majority of the people that'll be at 20,000 US dollars every single month, because it's a serious business. It's a serious, serious business. You make a lot more than the coffee shop, right? If you take it seriously and you build it, you build it and build it and build it. And so that's what I would share with everybody is that, you know, really right now, you know, we have this mega match. It's not a game. It's for you to seriously tighten up your network, build up your network, right? And as you tighten it up, bringing them here for bad days and good days, bringing them to the team, bringing them to the schools, bringing them to the events, gelling back in, you know. Pradeep, I don't know if he's ever shared this with you, but his original upline, right, 12 years ago, right, he was a gentleman that did the business, got some stuff in his head where he felt like, you know, this is not going to be good. This is not a good business. And he was convinced, right, that just show up to the next event. Mel and Amy are coming to Dubai, right? And he had a network already growing. He had a network growing, right? But he was frustrated. Maybe one leg is longer than the other leg. Maybe, you know, he didn't cycle this week. Whatever it was, he said, this is my last shot. I'm gonna see what these people have to say, and that's it. So I remember when it was a large meeting. I don't know, maybe 1,000 people there. It was large. I don't know. It was a lot of people, but he didn't take a seat. There's the walls in the room. He stood on the wall with his leg on the wall, one leg on the wall, and his arms like this, right?
19th March 2010.
Okay, 19th March 2010. So this guy's standing like this, you know, and had an attitude, you know, kind of a sour attitude. This is Pradeep's upline, mind you. Whatever triggered in his mind at that event, his arms loosened up. Okay, whatever he had, like I said, he already had a network started. It was already, you know, doing what it did, but I don't know what his reasons were or his frustration. So he came to that event to quit the business. But what did the event do? And I'm not saying it was me on stage or my wife on stage speaking, my father, you know, I don't know what it was, because there was other people on stage, there was testimonials, there was recognition, there was, you know, the atmosphere. But whatever triggered in his mind from that event, guess what happened next? He decided not to quit the business. And guess what happened after that? The next year and the next year and the next year. The guy put millions in his bank account. From quitting, from showing up like this, from saying that this is my last meeting. That's like you saying, I'm not going to the Zoom anymore. I'm not going to the school anymore. I'm done. That's what he said. Whatever triggered his mind, it worked. The guy put millions in his bank account, took care of his wife and daughter, and it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm telling you right now, it's that type of thing where had he not come to that meeting and said, nah, forget it, where would he be today? I mean, it is what it is, right? So you got to plug in. You got to be around the atmosphere and you got to plug in. And now maybe it's not working for you right now. And so you start to listen to rumors, you start to listen to other stuff in your head because it's not working for you right now. If it's not working for you right now, it does not mean that it's not working tomorrow for you. By being consistent, by doing those daily methods of operation, you get lucky. I've always said this because people say, oh, you got lucky. I always say the harder I work, the luckier I get. The harder I work, the luckier I get. That's how luck happens, right? You're staying consistent. Many of you might be having one long leg. Have you heard of that in the binary? One long leg. Well, if you got one long leg, bless you. You half your work is already, done, right? Right? Bless you. Because here's what I've seen in the binary also. And this is just a side note. Do not ignore that leg, the long leg, because you don't know this, but I've been watching this compensation plan, this binary, 17 years. What happens with it, sooner or later, maybe 2023, maybe 2024, you're making 40,000 a month, 50,000, 60,000 a month. A monster builder comes in on that short leg and you make more money, but then all of a sudden your long leg becomes your short leg. It flips. It will flip in the maturity of the business, because like I said, the people that you bring in the business are not going to be your top people, most likely. It's somebody 30 levels deep that you didn't know how they came in the business and they joined from Germany and now Germany's the biggest market, right? And your leg flipped. And now you're going to go back to your long leg and say, hello, friends. And you know what they're going to say to you? Who are you, man? I saw you on some Zooms with your team. I didn't know I was part of your team. Who are you? Right? Big mistake. Do not make that mistake. I've seen it too many times, too many times. The legs will flip. Not this year, maybe next year, maybe year after that. But you're in this business long term. So just pay attention that your team is your whole team. You work with everybody, not just to make a dollar. Oh, I don't want to work with that guy. He's on the long leg and I'm not going to make any money this week because I work with that guy. You know what I learned? Most important part of this business is the relationships. That's how I got good at this business. Kept building on the relationships, just asking somebody, how's your day going? It's the relationship. Not how many gold signups do you have today? I heard your son is, doing well in school now. And, that's the relationship, right? Right. Not how many, this or that. It's not like that. This is a business of friendship. It's called network. It's a business of relationships, right? So the stronger you build those relationships, left side and right side, okay, the better team you're going to have long term. Okay. So getting back to the mindset, because we're all setting goals here, we're making plans, we're taking advantage of this promotion. I just wanted you to understand what this promotion is about. It's not about you. It's about you building a team. And that comes through the cycles, right? Okay. Now, as you're building, I want you all to do this. Take ownership of your business. What does that mean? Okay. It means that Ruffy's not the only leader, right? Mr. Khaldoon's not the leader, right? Mr. Samod is not the only leader. The leader is you. Be the leader of your team. Well, my team's only 3 people. Well, guess what? You might have joined 2 days before those 3 people. So 2 days more information. You are their leader. You need to lead with those 3 people that are on your team. Oh, now I have 5 people on my team. Well, you're the leader. Don't just keep passing it on to Mr. Fawaz Ali or Mr. Pradeep Menon. You are the leader. Take ownership of your own business, right? Because you have 1 or 2 days more. So you should have a little bit more confidence that you know a little bit more, right? But at the same time, here's what I understand from this business is there's some people that don't understand it. They build a network of followers, right? Okay. If you build a network of followers, you'll never make the big money. Never, right? This is a business of leadership. So you want to build up people. You want leaders that are better than you, right? That are growing faster than you. That's what you want. You want to uplift them. You want somebody on your team to become 5-star before you become 5-star. And you want to edify your team. That's leadership, creating leaders. So there's a guy, all right, and I don't mention names or anything like that, but I just saw this example. So he left our company recently. And he had a lucky position, got in very, very early, right? But what I noticed on the way that he would build the business, right, is he was developing a team of followers, right, that would continue to boost his ego. He's the man. He's the MLM network marketing guru, right? And his followers would boost him and boost him and boost him. And he was the leader, right? But he didn't have a network of leaders. He had a network of followers, right? And never putting them in the spotlight, only putting himself in the spotlight, right? Now that, in my opinion, is not sustainable long-term. So guess what? He's not with our company now, even though he had a lucky top position, right? And I would say that he washed himself out because the cream always rises to the top. And that was not part of our culture. We are not a dictatorship. We're not a dictatorship. We're not one leader that has all these followers, right? We don't tell people like, do this. No. Everybody owns their own business here. Everybody is the CEO, okay? And it's your company and you are the CEO, not that there's some dictator saying you have to do it this way, you have to do this way, you have to do this way. And if you don't listen to me, you're out or whatever, you know? This is about freedom. This is not about dictatorship. This is, so here's what happened is you'll have people like that on your team that will also wash themselves out because we have a different culture, right? Okay. There's no ego here. There's confidence. You must have confidence. You must be a leader. You must have leadership, but don't mix that with ego. Ego is when I'm better than that person. That's called ego, right? There's no room for ego here. Ego stands for etching God out, EGO, okay? Horrible. So don't do it. But we've all had it. Maybe sometime in our life we've had it, okay? But you can't confuse ego and confidence. So there's no room for that here. Nobody's better than the next person. There's none of that. We don't do that, right? So those people will wash themselves out. They will wash themselves out and they'll come in your network. They'll be part of your network and they will wash themselves out. All right. So I know I'm all over the place. I love just sharing some mindsets that go in my mind, all this stuff that happens in my mind, but let's get back to it. Okay. So let's talk about the goals right now. Today is March 1st. Okay. So treat it like a real business. Let's recap. Daily method of operation, which is consistency, right? So that means focus, plugging into these things. You're not that busy with the pandemic. You're not that, where you can't participate in these events. I don't care what time it is because you're doing this for your children. Doesn't matter what time it is, right? Okay. So if you're doing it like that and you're taking it seriously, right? And you're taking ownership of your own business, here's a couple of things that you have to learn to do. Okay. And I learned to do it because I got lucky into a company that was in momentum. And so we're not in momentum yet. We will be. And when we're in momentum, everything happens easier and faster. And then that is a time where you're going to be jealous because somebody 30 levels deep is going to go like this, and they're already making $30,000 a month. And it took them, 6 months to get to $30,000 a month. It took you a whole year to get there, so you'll be a little bit like, man, how is that? Do they have more skill? No, probably not. They just have momentum on their side. Momentum is where you ride the wave. You run with the wave and you ride the wave, right? Okay. So our first $1 million, right? We made it way faster than we normally should have with coming with no experience in this industry. And the reason that happened, I mean, within 18 months, we were already millionaires within 18 months in the business. So you say, how does that happen to some girl at 19 with no experience, right? Or a guy? It was that company, we signed up. They were doing 50 million roughly in sales, annual turnover. Within 24 months, they went from 50 million to 500 million. That's called momentum. We got lucky that we got in the right place at the right time. So when we start to hit momentum, some people get lucky. They didn't know what they just joined, and they're at the right time, at the right place, and it moves very fast. So what happens is during momentum, there's a natural urgency. There's a natural fear of loss. Those two things. FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO, okay? Fear of loss, urgency. I use these two key things because I was forced to, because it was really happening like that when we went from 50 million to 500 million. That was momentum. So there was urgency. Get in. Now. That's called urgency, right? There was fear of missing out, fear of loss. This guy's joining, you better join first. There's 300 people coming in tomorrow, you better get in first. So how do we do that before momentum? But I'm telling you right now, it will serve you. You build your business on the edge of your seat with a sense of urgency, fear of loss, and you instill that in the people that are coming to the Zoom, right? Somebody comes to this Zoom. First of all, I'm going to invite them with a sense of urgency, right? I'm busy, because you should be busy with your daily method of operation. So how long do you have on the phone? No time. Because you're not going to, if you try to explain this business on the phone, you already lost the business. You don't even know what you're doing then, right? Okay. Like Miss Hano, can you describe you're sitting at home, I assume. Can you describe your home to us? Why not? Try and explain it to us.
It's very difficult, but of course, it says my home is a 3-bedroom house with 2 lounge and 2 bathrooms, quite a big garden, an outside garage. I can't say everything, of course.
Right. That's our business, right? So you explained to me your house. I definitely, this and I know this. There's some cool things in your house. There might be something unique. It might be the garden looks like, this and this and that. I didn't get any of that. I got three rooms, nothing. So how am I going to judge what your house looks like or what this is about? You tried to explain to me your house. There's no way. All right. I mean, Mr. Fawaz Ali, I don't know if you even have time to watch movies, but have you seen a good movie lately? A real good movie? No? Okay, who's seen a good movie recently? Raise your hand. Miss Susu, okay, Miss Susu. All right. Can you explain to us that movie? All right, what's the movie? What's the movie? Tell us the movie.
Hi, Chief. Hi, everyone. Actually, 2 days ago, I've seen a movie. It's a documentary called The Secret. So I love it. I love it really. And even I recommend it to the ladies in Reno to see this film.
So 2 things there. Recommending a movie, just like we recommend, this is network marketing, right? You saw a good movie, you recommended it. That's the premise of our business. Word of mouth advertising, right? That's a whole other subject. We'll have another school for that, Pradeep. But my point here is that I know what The Secret's about, but if I did not know what it's about, do you think that the impact that you got from that movie, you can transfer that just by telling me about it?
Not like seeing. When you see it, it's different, definitely. I cannot explain.
Exactly. You cannot explain. There's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way, right? Bob Proctor's on that movie, the way he said this or what he said, you're not going to be able to, you can't transfer. So same thing, okay? This is our business. This is why we invite to the presentations. This is why we invite to present is no way Ms. Hano is going to explain her house, the details, the beauty, the this, the that. There's no way. There's no way Ms. Susu is going to explain to me the life-moving impact that she got by watching that documentary, right? She'll explain that it did something for her, but she won't be able to transfer that. I can't watch the movie through her, right? So why are you then transferring all that information on the phone to somebody? You think they're going to get anything? Don't do it. No, step number one, don't do it. Don't try and explain your house, the movie, or our business over the phone. So then all you're doing is a couple things. You're busy, sense of urgency, getting them to the Zoom with a sense of urgency, right? If you say, hey, you know what? We have this presentation. It happens every day of the week at 8 p.m. Dubai time. Who's interested in showing up? Nobody. Who cares? I'll go to the next one. I'll see if I have some time tomorrow. If I don't have time tomorrow, I'll be there on Wednesday. Maybe I'll show up on Thursday because I'm very busy. This, that. Okay. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. The very last chance that anybody's going to have it to get to look at this presentation on Zoom is tomorrow at 8 p.m. There's nothing after that. Nothing. This is the last chance. This is the last one in March. This might be the last one in 2021, right? Okay. And you have to invite with that type of urgency that this is it, last one, you got to be there. You be there on time. You be there early. It has to be with a sense of urgency, right? And when we were inviting for our presentations during Momentum, there was a Tuesday event, Thursday event, right? And it was just all about that Tuesday event. Like if you missed that, you missed your life. You missed that, you missed your chance to be a millionaire. You missed that, so it's that invite with that sense of urgency, the fear of missing out, the fear of loss, the FOMO we call it, right? So I would tell you this, is that do everything in your business with that sense of urgency, with your team, right? So it's like, okay, who's getting in next? Well, they're thinking about signing up. Well, there's no time to think because 300 people are joining tomorrow. They're going to come above you or below you, right? The time is now. Get your questions answered. Let's get you started, right? I mean, it's like $200. I don't have $200. I don't have $200. What? Oh my gosh. This has become an emergency. You mean to tell me you're 35 years old and you don't have $200? Now, this is an emergency for you. This is why you need to get into this business fast, extremely fast. You're 35 years old. You just told me you don't have the money. There's an emergency in your life right now. I can't believe you don't have that, right? It's like, that's why you need this business fast. You better find the 200, right? And that Xbox or PlayStation game, let's put that on Amazon right now. Let's put it on. We got to sell that thing and get your $200. This has become an emergency for you and your family because you told me you don't have $200. So we're going to sell that video game. Let's go. It has to all be like that. It has to be all like that. Yes, it's natural during Momentum, but right now you have to make it like that in your life and your business with your guests. Urgency, fear of loss. I mean, we show that slide at the end of the presentation, what's the risk in this business if you don't get into it? Take that literally with them. Say, dude, I don't know who's joining tomorrow, but it could be the next Fouaz Ali, that guy you heard on that could be the next guy joining, and he could be part of your team. So you better take action. So getting people in a call to action, getting people to understand the vision of, and I'll tell you guys this right now, I truly believe this. The number one income earner in this company has not joined us yet. Hasn't joined yet, right? I mean, when we signed up, Amy and I, right, the company was 4.5 years old. It was already running for 4.5 years. So people came in 4 years before us, right? But we took off like a rocket ship because the company finally hit momentum, and we made way more money than those people that came in 4 years earlier, right? But, and then, you know, we were not the number one income earners, but the number one income earner joined like, 9 months after us during that year, right? And so it's like the number one income earner is going to be coming into this company, maybe sometime this year, maybe sometime next year. Is that person, he or she, going to be in your network or somebody else's network, right? So these are the kind of things that you need to think about because it's life-changing. It's life-changing, right? And so for our upline, they might have been in 3 years before us. Did they know that there'll be some kids 19 and 21 that's going to totally change their future? They had no clue. But we came in and it happened. So somebody's going to come in and it's going to definitely impact you, but you have to be there. You have to be there ready for it. So what I'm going to share with you right now is, do everything right now with taking your business seriously. Like Miss Cynthia said, consistency every single day, an action plan, a daily method of operation every single day, right? My father coined the phrase that went all over Dubai and India and everywhere else. ABC, action brings cash, right? And so here's what people do. They set their goals, they dream, they try the business, they get one or two no's, right? And they're out. Their mind is out. They're done, right? Okay. But what's going to keep them in is not just the dream. It's a daily action. You got to take an action, every single day action. A little bit of action is okay. You're busy part-time action. You're telling me you can't take action 1 hour a day? That's part-time. 2 hours a day? Part-time, right? You can't, but you have to have that daily wake up, go to sleep, take the business seriously, wake up earlier, do whatever you can, because you already have, and I'm sure you guys taught all this, your why, your reasons of why you're doing this business, and the people that have a strong why, and then they work for that why by taking action, and they show up every day and they plug into the system. That's what it's all about. So getting back to this promotion, let's rewind. 24th March. Okay. What's the goal? Well, I want to make 1,000 in cycle money, right? Okay. What it's going to do is it's going to give you an extra 1,000, but that's not the business. What it's going to do is you're going to develop a network of people earning, right? And more people committed to your network and a growing network. You have the opportunity to do that between now and the 24th. So what is your target and how are you going to do that? What is your target and how are you going to do that? Well, first of all, you're going to invite with urgency. You're going to invite with a fear of loss. You're going to do the basic principles on how to do this business, right? And using three-way phone call, three-way Zoom, using a third party. I mean, I would never be the one explaining this. I would always bring in the third party, third person. And I know this is kind of like all over the place with stuff, but these are the mechanics of the business that you need to learn and then discipline and do it over and over and over again with that discipline. And keep working hard and then you'll get lucky. The harder you work, the luckier you get, right? So set that goal right now and take advantage of it because it's a promotion, meaning that, you know what, it's happening now. It might not happen, after that ever for the rest of the year, right? We might introduce the promotion again in 2022. I don't know. But right now, learn how to take advantage of this promotion and then just do it. So anybody have particular questions on the promotion or thoughts or on building or how we should do this? If you have any questions or whatever, Pradeep, maybe you can help monitor that, organize that.
Chief, I would like to actually add something here.
Yep.
When I actually joined my video talk back in 2009, my upline would always tell me system is the bloodline of the business, which I never understood what that means, right? But it took me years. But then once I figured it out, it became very easy. And I would go to the systems every week, right? Now, let me explain what I understood back then, right? System is the bloodline of the business. Imagine you are a mobile phone. You're the latest mobile phone on planet Earth, iPhone 14, 15, whatever it is, right? What happens when the charge of the mobile goes out? What happens? This phone is useless. You can't even switch it on. You can't call anybody. You can't text. You can't do anything. Our body is like that mobile phone. And the systems that we actually have is the charger. You know, during a week, during a day, we go through a lot of negativities. But when you hang around with positive people, that's when you get that electricity, you get the current, you get the charge to actually rejuvenate your spirits and actually do the business. It's I totally understand, Chief, that people have bad days. That's okay. That's okay. Bad days are a part of life. Bad days are a part of life, right? So if you had a bad day, okay, tomorrow can be a good day. But if you keep thinking about the bad days, nothing really happens. And that's where the problem is. You know, in network marketing, what I've learned is something what's called the three C's. And I just request each and every one of you to just write down this because it may change your life here today. Maybe, right? Now, there are two C's that we are actually talking about, right? The three C's that I know are called choices, chances, and changes. I repeat, the choices, the chances, the changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. I'd like to repeat this. The three C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. Now, this is what the original three C's are. But a lot of people don't follow these three C's. They follow another three C's because what they do is anybody can do these three C's very, very easily. And the first one is criticize, condemn, and complain. And most people do this. Most people pick the second C's. They criticize, they condemn, they complain. When I joined Network Marketing Chief, I was told I'm the CEO of my organization. So if something is not right, very simple, fix it. Fix it yourself. But here, nobody wants to do that. They would always like to criticize an upline, condemn and complain, saying, oh, this is not there, that is not there, this is not there, that's not there. I know it's not there. But the question is, what are you doing as an individual to change that? Because if you're going to keep criticizing, I'm sorry, you're going to go walk backwards. Right? I've said this in 2020. I've said this in 2021. And I would say this once again today. Renown Global is the best compensation plan ever. Period. Right? Now, some will believe, some will not. That's okay. Because I've always say this in my school. Every school, there are two kind of people. The first one, the believers. What is the believer's job? The job is to believe. They'll believe you. But the beauty is you find very few of them. Because the second kind is what exists more, the non-believers. And the non-believers, you tell them that, somebody in UK got $50,000 in 1 week, they won't believe you. Somebody in Philippines made $1,000 this week, they won't believe you. Oh, I hit a founder pin, they won't believe you because the job is non-believing. And what we do is we spend more time working with the non-believers than the believers. I had a super training towards the end of the year. I could pay money to actually attend it next year, which was the Eric Warwick course. And thank you, Mr. Eric Warwick, for actually giving me this wonderful thing. He taught me one thing, and I was like, it's there in my head every single day. I talk to myself about that one thing. There are two kind of people. The first one is called residents. Who are they? They're here to sit with you, stay with you, play with you. But the second kind is called the tourists. You have to let go of the tourist. You're carrying extra baggage on your back, and that cannot work for you. You know, in a train journey, so many people come in and so many people leave the next station. They are not your companions for life. They are temporary. They are tourists. But you know what we do? We worry about the tourist, but ignore the residents who are there in the train. You know, a lot of you people, I've seen this. I mean, guys, I know you so well. I know most of you. I know all of you, right? You guys spend more time on tourists than residents. Don't do that. I would say this promotion of Mega Match is identifying and playing with your residents, not your tourists. Yes, you will add a few tourists to the business. That's okay. But the focus has to be on the residents. Someone said, oh, John didn't come. No problem. Why can't you see Julie is coming every single day? So forget John. Work with the Julie. Some says, oh, my only one leg is working. In our business, if one leg is working, I would say congratulations, 80% of your job is done. 80%. Now, I would like to actually make a confession. Now, this was something I was supposed to tell you guys in Thailand or Sri Lanka. But you know what? I think it's time to actually tell you this. When I joined My Video Talk, right, I struggled to hit that first level. I think everybody in My Video Talk hit 1 star. I couldn't. I couldn't. I missed out 1 star. In My Video Talk, 1 star was 56 is to 28. I can never forget the plan. I can never forget the plan. It is 56 is to 28. And one day, after the Thailand trip where I met Chief for the first time, I went for it with everything I had. And guess what? I did that. But my upline made counting mistake. I repeat, my upline made counting mistake. So Chief, do you know what happened? I did 55 is to 28. I missed out 1 star by 1, right? When they found out that I was not a 1 star, people were scared to come and tell me I'm not a 1 star. My uplines came and cried in front of me. I'm like, why crying? And then they said, you're not 1 star. I'm like, what? How come? I did 56, 28. Now they're scared to tell me we goofed up in counting. All they had to know was to count to 84. They screwed up, right? I went to a Friday system and Mr. Sonu Sandhu was there. And when Mr. Sonu Sandhu saw me in that room, he asked me, you're still here? I said, yes. He said, dude, I heard about what happened to you. I said, what happened to me? And he said, I know about that counting mistake. And I told Mr. Sonu, I didn't join My Video Talk to actually make a 1 star. So that's why I'm here, right? Because that day when I was in Thailand, when Mr. Mel Gill said, I can help you make 1.83 million US dollars. That's the only number that this brain understood in Thailand. I did not understand anything in Thailand. What is duplication? What is system? What is this? I did not know nothing. But there was only one number that stuck, $1.83 million. And whether I was a 1 star that day or I was not a 1 star day, it did not matter because 1 star was not 1.83 million. But that day I learned something. Rule number 1, uplines don't know how to count. So in life, never make upline count 1 sign up. So you know what happened? I became the beast of counting genealogies. Beast. You know, all those guys who've actually seen me work, you know, I do that goal. We say it in Hindi, goal, goal. Even today I do it because there is no way on earth if I count, I can make a mistake because I could not recover from that shock that I missed out on that one star for one unit. So I learned it. And today you wake me up from sleep and ask me to do volume calculation, I can do it like this. Why? Because I learned it, because I didn't know. And guess what? If the discussion in Thailand was to take $1.83 million from Mr. Mel Gill, I would like to make a statement here today. I've officially taken 1.83 million plus from Mr. Mel Gill. So that number that I heard in Thailand, which was the only thing I understood, 1.83 million, right? I didn't understand what MaxServe was. I didn't understand. I didn't get it. I understood 1.83 million. And you know what? I was in debt. 18 credit cards, personal loan, and every loan in the country. And the only thing when a prospect would come is I would remember, I have 2.7 million dirham loan. Remember, you have loan. So I had no choice. So either I prospect or eat sand. So I said, eating sand is not easy. Has anybody tried eating sand? Try it. You will realize eating sand is not easy. So then what's the other option? The other option was prospecting. I burnt my entire prosperity list telling them, join my business, you'll make 1.83 million. What did I do? I called all my friends. I told them, join the business, you make 1.83 million. Half of Dubai thought this guy is losing it in his head. So I destroyed my hot prosperity list in the first month, trying to hit that one star. But that didn't stop me. I went back to them and I said, I'm sorry. I will not give you 1.83 million. Because back then I didn't understand the business and now I understand the business. And I told them, this is the business. Are you in? Are you out? I never had the money, but I always believed. I will make it someday. And I made that failure my strength. And understand this. If you can work on yourself, and you're the only one who can work on yourself, no chief, no coach, no mentor can work on you if you're not willing to work on yourself. And if you can work on yourself, you will be a success story. Eric Worre said, what's your story? And ladies and gentlemen, that's my story. I was the last person probably on planet My Video Talk to hit 1 star. Last person. I mean, everybody who joined at the time that I joined were 1 star, except me. That was in 2009. 2010, I struggled. I finally hit 1 star end of 2010. 2011, I played around. 2012, I arrived in My Video Talk. In 2013, I was averaging the highest check in My Video Talk. The highest check in 2013, November. I will never forget that day, November 18th. There was a global update that had come, right? And I was sleeping and people were banging my door. I thought some bomb was there in the hotel. So I opened the door and said, what happened? He said, did you check email? I said, I'm sleeping. While you're sleeping, who's going to check email? Everyone's like, check email. I asked, what happened? They said, check the email. I see a poster where I was the global top earner. I was like, what? Yeah. And I was the same person who missed out 1 star, not knowing how to count volume. Right? It all begins with you. Right? If you believe it's not going to happen, you're right. It's not going to happen. That's what Henry Ford said. But at the same time, the effort to believe this can happen this time for me is the same. The effort putting to believe is the same. And then I believed. When Renault Global was launched, unlike most of you people, I did not sign on a Zoom. I flew all the way to Florida. I went, I went to meet Chief. Again, dates are very, very important. August 10th, 2019. And I met him for the first time. Or, well, I've seen him so many times, but I've never sat across with him on a table. So for me, that $6,000 investment to sit on the table was good enough. I was happy to invest the $6,000 and walk away from Florida just for having that one sitting with him. And I told him I'm in. And I said, I'm all in. I'm all in. So many came, so many left. So what? I said I'm in, right? Yesterday something very funny happened, and I got a jolt. I would not say I didn't get a jolt. I got a jolt, but you know what? I'm double fired now. Till now, the password was 10x now. From tomorrow, the password is going to be 20x now, right? Please make a note, everybody. Password is going to change from tomorrow because now it is not 10x. I don't want 10x. I want 20x, right? Because that's how fired I am, right? Now again, I say there are going to be two kind of people. Two kind of people. Either you guys are going to believe them or not believe them. Let me actually ask you something. If Mel Gill could have made 100 millionaires before, do you think he can do it again? Are you sure? I think so. I think so. If Mr. Sonu Sandhu can click market like this, 30 markets, last time, can he do it once more? We can. And you know what? This time it's easier. You know why? The markets are ready. The markets are ready. This morning I was talking to Mr. Sonu Sandhu for 3 hours, Chief, after our call. 3 hours I was with Sonu on the phone. And Sonu said, you know what? We are in a better state than what we were in my video talk. I'm like, really? How come? He goes, because your leaders are kind of identified. They already half the job is done. So all we need to go is travel. He informed me some wonderful news. He actually had his COVID shot yesterday. And he actually asked me to take your COVID shot. Because he took his COVID shot yesterday, which was the 1st of March. His second COVID shot is going to be on the 31st of March. And he wants me to take those 2 shots before 31st of March. You know why? Because after the 1st of April or 2nd of April, we both are green signal to fly anywhere in the world. Now we are coming to a city next to you. For all you know, if you decide we are coming to your city, right? My question is not, seriously, my question is not which city. My question is, are you ready, or is your city ready to meet Renault? We are in a global pre-launch. Half the countries don't even have the products properly. Half the people don't even have the understanding of the business. They don't. That's okay. That's okay. You are what you are because of the 5 people you hang around with. You hang around with 5 losers, you become 6th loser. But you hang around with 5 leaders or 5 winners, you're automatically the 6th winner. You're automatically the 6th winner. So this is the time when you raise the bar. And all eyes are on every market. Raise the bar, right? When I was told about this bonus mega match, my first reaction was, what? You know something? Look at the mega match. It says only applicable for 1-star, 2-star, and 5-star. And you're supposed to do rank advancement, right? I wish it goes all the way to 25-star, because I would like to take an open shot at the mega match. But I'm not about me. And the people who know me, they know this about me. It's not about me, it's about you. Forget all those one stars you've created. Forget all the Thailands. The Thailands will happen when it has to go. If it is Sri Lanka, we will go there. We will go wherever we are supposed to go. Nothing changes. But can you imagine what's going to happen to this team if there are 50 mega match winners? Can anybody count in here what's going to happen? Just 51-star mega match winners are there in this whole group. Can you imagine how much money you make? It's unbelievable. See, not able to see is called blind, but vision has got nothing to do with blindness. Vision is what you see. Today, you may not see it. Today, a lot of people are thinking, will this company really pay $100,000 a week? Yes, because I was witness. This company giving $35,000 bonus rewards like this. Like this. Tick, tick, tick. I'm like, what? Give me. I was not eligible, so I didn't get it. Right? We saw a YouTube video. I lost sleep for 7 days. Do you know what? Do you know what Chief Mel Gill did that day? Anyone? Let me tell you. He was throwing Mercedes like this. You take Mercedes, you take BMW. You take Mercedes, you take BMW. And he called it the Benz and the Beamer Club. Has anybody thrown a Mercedes on your face? Is there anybody in this room who likes like a Mercedes to be thrown on your face? I would. I will take a Mercedes and a Beamer. Throw two cars on my face, Chief. I will take it. Right? Guys, there were more than 100 beautiful, brand new cars that are thrown in people's face. But the question is, do you see the vision? And if you do, you will take this business seriously. If not, you have explained who you are. Residents, welcome to work with us. Tourists, please leave. Because we will come back to you, but not now, later. Because we are on a mad mission. And the mission is to change people's life. And some of us are very, very committed. We will get there. And we don't need anybody's help because we come from families that pray. And we believe the biggest power comes from up there, not from human beings. Right? We will keep doing. We will grind. We will grind every single day to bring one smile in somebody's life in somewhere in the world. And that's called the business of changing people's life. And once we've actually done that, we've done this, in one country, 2 countries, 3 countries, 4 countries, and so on and so forth, you will understand what this business of changing people's life is all about. I mean, who on here in this room is seriously happy with where you are? If you're happy, congratulations, you've reached where you want to be. But if you're not happy, change. You're not a tree. You're not stuck to the floor. Change. If you're not happy, change. But stop complaining, criticizing. Because you know what? We know how this business is done. And the most successful way of doing this business was again taught to me by Mr. Mel Gill. He told me the story of the deaf frog. When people talk negativity, don't listen to them. He told me this in 2009. So when you guys call me and say blah, 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 you think anything is entering my brain? What do you think? I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand negativity. Right? I don't understand any kind of negativity. Right? The only thing I know is I've made a choice to work with Renault. I will take the chances and I am going to change. I'm going to change me and I'm going to change people around me, around Mr. Mel and Mr. Sonu coming on this party is just made the party 10 times bigger. Thank you, Chief. That's the only thing I wanted to add. Back to you.
That was inspirational to say the least. Wow. I'm glad you recorded that. Wow. There's nothing else to say, Pradeep. I mean, that's it, man. I mean, it's so inspiring. I mean, for people, if you didn't make 1 star last month, right? Then you're like Pradeep. He didn't make it either that time, right? You know, and then his journey, you know, by 2010, he wasn't making the giant big money, but he didn't quit. I mean, this is like, I mean, if you listen to that whole story right there, that's inspirational, man, because it's like people are going to sell themselves short. They didn't make 1 star last month, so they're already depressed, right? And you know, might not go forward with the business, not with the same energy, not with the same level of whatever, and that's a disservice to them and their family that they're doing, right? It's like, who cares? Pick yourself right back up and let's do it again. Let's do it again, just like Pradeep did. And then look where he ended up at 2012, 2013. You know, became amazingly fruitful for him and his family. But it was a beautiful story because you guys, you know, we all look at Pradeep like, you know, such an amazing, you know, doing all this and hitting these levels and getting the gold and diamond ring. Well, you don't look at the Pradeep that was the last one to get the 1 star. That's an amazing story. That's an amazing story because it involves, you know, everything. He had to work on his mind. He had to work on commitment. He had to work on focus. I mean, he had to work on all these things to go from being the last 1 star to an amazing superstar. Where, you know, today we look at Pradeep and like, you know, so if it just tells you that he's just like you and you're just like him and we are, right? And you know, on stage at the events, you're going to hear our full story of my wife and I, and you'll say the same thing, man. These guys actually made it, you know, yeah, because there's so much to it, right? So it's like you see everybody now like movie stars or whatever, but you need to understand the journey is there. So embark on this journey with all of us. You know, right now we're getting all these pieces of the puzzle gelled together. Definitely not perfect, but the pieces of the puzzle are coming together to keep on going after that perfection because we know our mission. You know, I'm not going to quit. Pradeep's not going to quit. We know our mission, right? We know where we're going, and we're going to go through the ups and downs. We're going to climb that mountain. You know, I mean, it's like Pradeep's right. You know, I've given out hundreds and hundreds of cars that people never had to pay for. You know, we paid for all of that, right? But that was not tens of thousands of cars. So there is another level. There's another level. But we know the recipe because we've been there. So now it's like climbing that mountain even faster, even better, even stronger, and doing bigger things than we ever thought possible. Because now, you know, we've got Zoom. We never had Zoom 5 years ago, right? The events, that's just going to add to what we already do in Zoom. I mean, Sonu and Pradeep, you know, you guys might even get me convinced here soon, are going to be on a very, very soon tour, a tour that's going to be very, very impactful, right? And here's how that works. You know, when I joined the company I joined, they were still not giant, right? So I remember when the CEO and vice president, they went on a tour. And on that tour, they had filled up rooms where there was 100 people in the room and it was filled up in this city, 200 people in a room in that city, and it was filled up. And people got a chance to hear the vision from the vice president, the CEO, all that, right? And I remember 3 years later, it was like there was no tour because now it was 30,000 people going to the convention to see the CEO, right? So it was a different mechanics of an atmosphere. But right now, we're just getting started. So we have the chance to do that tour. And I know, Pradeep, we're going to go to Dubai. We're going to go all over India. You know, it's going to be a magical thing to get in front of people. And I'm looking forward to that. So now that they're going to let us travel after the pandemic and stuff like that. So there you have it.
Would Sonu would like to add something? Sonu?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, so really quickly, I remember that day very vividly when Pradeep missed 1 star. The backstory to that is that his uplines at that time fought with me and fought with me to let him become 1 star, and I said no. I said he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And that following week, they said, no, just add these sales to that last week so we can hit it. And I kept saying, no, I'm not going to do it. And I said, I don't care if he quits the business or not. He didn't achieve it. He didn't achieve it. End of story. Tell him to go back and do it again. And when that happened, yeah, it may have taken him some time and to get back on track. But guess what? He did it. And the thing is this, and it's very simple. And I'm just going to say this to you guys. If you don't see it, don't commit to it. Okay. When you're going to set your goals for this month and next month and next month, if you don't see that goal, don't commit to that goal. That's the fastest way for you to get motivated and to get out of this business. What you see and what you believe you can obtain, go for that. That should be your goal. Start there, baby steps, right? I need to hit team builder. I hit team builder. If I do it to 2 more people, I hit executive. If I do that to another 4 people, I'm going to cycle at this rate in whatever it is. Look, the $1,000 mega match is 34 cycles. You make 34 cycles, you hit the $1,000. You want to hit 2,068 cycles. You want to hit 5,000, it's 170 cycles. Go divide that out. Here's your homework. Go divide that out. Learn the compensation plan. How many people does it take to hit 34 cycles? Based on your genealogy, based on your volume, what do I need? That's how you set a goal. And then cut it up. And this week I need 9 cycles. This week I need 8. This week I need 7. This week I need 10. Whatever the numbers are, that's how you set your goal. So if you don't see it, don't commit to it. Someone else's goal is not your goal. Okay? That's their goal. Right? Yeah, maybe they want that same thing for you, but if you can't see it and how to achieve it, don't commit to it. Commit to what you see, commit to what you want, and when you have those 2 things in front of you, you'll always get what you're aiming for. And it's a very, very easy thing to do. But again, like I told you guys earlier, and Pradeep's a good example of it. He made it as difficult as he wanted to make it, but then once he learned how to make it easy, right? So remember, this business can be as hard as you want it to be. This business can be as easy as you want it to be. It's up to you what you want. If you see it, you can achieve it. And I know that. I've done it all around the world. I've helped so many people do it around the world. And, it's not that difficult. Right? These things are designed, like Mel said, for you to do a little bit more than what you're normally accustomed to. But doing that little bit more is going to change the direction and the trajectory of your business. And it's going to change the trajectory for everyone else's business below you. That's why I gave you that bonus. I could have given you a different bonus. But
Oh, I think his phone dropped. Son. How are you, Mr. Ruffy? Good to see you. Okay, I think we're
Hi, Chief. Good morning. It's very exciting. The way here I'm feeling the vibration is amazing. Actually, I'm just sitting in my chair, but goosebumps are coming by listening the stories.
yeah.
I was feeling little sleepy, but after listening these stories, I was like, I'm creating my list building around. 36 contacts I have written just by listening the story. 36 list buildings I have done it. It's very when I hear about the big targets and big goals. when I think about my goals and what I want to achieve, what work I am doing towards my goals, it is not allowing me to sleep. You know, it is not allowing me to. Mm, without thinking this, I'm not able to eat and sleep. That is there for sure. And what I am started is multi-million dollar earning project. This is for me, you know. So when I have that kind of project with me, definitely it's not going to be very easy also, and it's need lot of time, efforts, hard work, sweat, blood, everything it will require. Then only we will achieve our dreams. Many
Yes.
people feel that it's a scheme, just we be in the game, we will win the game. No, it is not like that. Each and every player has to do his job and his hard work. Then only he will win what uh, he wanted to, right? So it's going to be I can see definitely in coming next 6 months where we are. It's maybe 10x to 100x I can imagine. Now maybe in this meeting 100 people we are. In next 6 months, definitely I'm not very surprised if this number reach to 2000, 3000 people for this one kind of Zoom trainings in schools, you know. That kind of imagine I'm able to see now after from today, exactly after the 6 months.
Yep.
This Zoom room is not good enough. Maybe you have to buy the bigger package where you can accommodate 5,000 people to 10,000 people in this room. That kind of vision I am able to see now.
No, that's amazing. Amazing. That's the momentum that we're all looking forward to, because
Yes,
it changes maximum people's lives. But
yes,
I think,
definitely.
you now taking that mindset and that crazy focus, like, now you're super hungry, you see it, you can't sleep, you're on the edge of your seat, you're waking up like that. That's what it takes. It takes that intensity, right? And I wanted to check in on you because I know it's 1 in the morning in India. So I wanted to make sure
Yeah,
that you're not falling
it's
over.
1 a.m. It's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
in India. Yeah,
Right,
yes,
right, right. No, so that's amazing. And then Sonu, I definitely want to introduce him to you because he's coming to India. He's been there so many times before, and he loves to work with leaders, right? And I see
yes,
Mr. Samod is still there with us, who's also in India. And so, Mr. Samod, you can look forward to working directly with Sonu in India, locally on the ground,
yes,
because that's what he loves to do. And he's good. He's got that personality. Pradeep knows that,
yeah,
and to be out there, I mean, even Mr. Saji has seen Sonu on stage many times, right? And so these are tools to help you build your business to go to the next level. These are all
yeah,
tools you want to use. So
yes,
I'm excited about that. Once the touring,
yeah.
because that's just going to
It
add to
helps.
everybody's.
Definitely, it help us to grow faster.
Yes, yes, for
Yes.
sure, for sure. No, that's great. Mr. Omar Abbas, I see you with the Sudan flag. What's the targets? What's the targets in March? What are we doing?
Hi, hello, chef. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm focusing with my team right now. To be honest, I started focusing with the team almost 2 months ago. It is up and down, but with this plan, we just trying to hit. Of course, when I give the team more, and when you help more, it comes back to you automatically. So this is what I'm trying to do right now.
No, it's very good, very good. And everybody needs to understand, like we talked about good days, bad days. There might be good weeks, bad weeks. It doesn't matter, but it is up and down. It's going through peaks and valleys, and it's what you do, mindset, your mind during the down and the up and the down and the up. But then you look towards growing a little bit more, whether it's each day, each week, each month. And as we've learned, it's a long-term business, because I'll tell you that Sonu will tell you the same thing. Pradeep had many chances to be depressed and quit the first year of business, right? He had chances to quit, because it's an up and down type thing. But here he is today, sitting like a movie star because he went through the ups and downs, and he hasn't even hit any of his targets right now. I'll tell you, his goals are very big, which they should be, right? And I believe that he's going to achieve some really amazing targets, but it's also going to be hard work for Pradeep. It's going to be good and bad days for Pradeep. It's going to be ups and downs, but he's going to go to the next level, the next level, the next level, because he's focused and he's committed, and he knows he has a vision. Just like Mr. Ruffy said, now if once you catch the vision, don't let go of that, and then we all continue to move forward through the ups, through the downs, as long as we know that this is our future. This is our future, right? And there'll be things that'll be blocked to try and slow down our future, stop our future. We have to keep going right through it, because no matter how anybody looks at this, right? There's destiny involved. We are here for a reason, right? And God put us all together here. Now, if we don't take action on that and we don't use this blessing to do something with it, then it's our fault. Then it's our fault. Then the only person to blame, you look in the mirror and say, God gave me a chance and I messed it up because I didn't take it seriously. I didn't focus, and otherwise you look and you say, okay, it's a blessing and I have to work for that blessing, and let me do the work, right? So definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to you and your team's success, Mr. Omar Abbas. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Chef. And absolutely, we're going all the way. With the up and downs. In my life downlines, there is some people just struggling for a little bit. That's the meaning. But we working every single day like crazy. Like we go to bed almost 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's daily, 100%.
Wow.
But I'm quite sure everything will be all right. And this is, our target. We're going all the way with this company, 100%. No stopping.
It's going to be exciting. And you know what? There's going to be people that come across the stage and get awards, and they're going to be thanking you. They're going to be thanking you for helping whatever you helped. A little bit, even it helps. Everything you do, that's what it is about being a leader, right? And then you'll appreciate, like, wow, that person's a full-timer now, and why are they thanking me on stage when I'm getting this award and they're getting an award? I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. Pradeep, giving out the awards, the recognition, the rings, changing lives, it's going to be great.
Thank you, Chef. And, look at this guy. This is the reason, Chef. This is the real reason, yeah?
That's it. That's
no,
it.
No giving up. Absolutely no. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah.
How old is the young gentleman?
He's almost 7.
7.
How old are you?
6.
Almost 6. Going to be 7.
6.5.
6.5. What's your name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, nice to meet you. I'm Mel.
Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you too.
Yes, we're going to meet face to face very soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your father is a very smart man, your father, and he's working very hard for you, and he's very smart, and he's working together with us, and we're looking forward to doing wonderful things, and it's going to be amazing for you and your family.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Chef.
All right, Pradeep, I've got to run here in just a little bit. Was there anything else we needed to cover?
Chief, when I had a talk with Mr. Sonu this morning, he was talking about the possibility of something called a world tour or a tour, right? But I'm totally confused. Which city are we talking about when we say tour? Because we hardly have people serious enough in different cities across the world. I mean, there's no point in going to a city where there are 2 people coming and meeting us. There is no point. I mean, Sonu, how would you define a tour? How would you define a city? I don't know. I really don't know, because, some parameters have to be put here, Chief. We are okay to travel. We are ready to travel. We're ready to come to every city next to you, in your city. We will do events. We will do trainings. We will do mass presentations, BOPs. We will do everything that's required. But Chief, you have to give this team the vision on what needs to be done for coming to that city. Because this part, I mean, this very team, They're new to network marketing. They don't know how this business works, right? The power of duplication, they've not seen it. So I mean, very few have seen it. So they can't comprehend what this is. You know, why 10x, why 20x? They think just throwing numbers. Chief, it does look like we're throwing numbers just like that because it's numbers are free. So when I ask somebody, so what's your commitment this week? They say, 2-star. Then you find out that they did not even make a check that week. I mean, but the commitment was 2-star, but they did not even make a check that week. You know, so I don't know, Chief Sonu, just help me out here. On what basis are we going to pick those cities? You know, we rather go to, yeah, yes or no?
All right, I'll tell you this. Here's my goal. I need 2 full-time people in any city, in any country, and I'm on a plane. All right? That's all. You show me 2 and I'll show you 2,000. End of story. That's what I've done. That's what I'm going to do. I don't need big numbers. I need great people. You show me 2 great people in any city and I'll take those 2 to 2,000. So there's your target. Show me 2 people that are committed to this business. Show me 2 people that are committed to their business. Show me 2 people that are committed to their team, and I'll jump on a plane. Simple as that. And you watch what happens. That's the excitement. Look, it's a different world now, right? We have to adapt to something new. We've never seen any of this. So you know what? All I know is this. My promotion is about 2. So here's my number. You bring me 2 and I'm on a plane. Simple as that. We're going to get down to just grassroots, keeping it simple. I don't need a stadium. I've been there, done that, right? We were in Bangalore at a stadium. We've been there, we've done that. I don't need 5,000 people in another room. Been there, done that. I don't need 1,000 in a room. Been there, done that. That's all boring. I want to try something new. I want something new. I've never done a promotion like this in this company in 15 years. We did something new, right? We're in a new environment. Hey, so let's just keep with the new theme. You know, I liked Omar's energy. I thought that was amazing. The man is working till 6 in the morning every day. Guess what? I need to get on a plane and meet this man. If he's working till 6 in the morning, I'll work with him till 6 in the morning. Maybe we'll just work all night. I don't know. But we'll know when we get there. That's for sure. Right? And, you know, these are the things that I've said all my career. Right? You show me an inch, I'll show you a mile. It's that simple. It's that easy. I'm excited. I'm more than excited. You have no idea how excited I am right now. Numbers will come. That's not the problem. What doesn't come is commitment. What doesn't come is people's belief, right? That's what I want. I want someone's commitment to say, hey, I'm with Mr. Mel Gill. I'm with Mr. Pradeep Menon. I'm with my team. And you know what? I want to take this forward. That's all I need, right? And, you know, the boss's credit card and, you know, the boss to pay for my flights and all that happiness. No, I'm totally joking, right? But what I just want is I want people to catch this vision. I want people to embrace this vision, and I want this vision to be their vision, right? Like I said, if you can't see it, don't commit to it. But if you see it, commit to it. Commit to it. Show us that commitment, and guess what? We'll show you anything you want because it's all there, right? It's all there. We'll go to London. We'll go to Sudan. Obviously, we're going to come to Dubai. Obviously, we're going to go back to India. Obviously, we're going to go to the Philippines. But what about other markets, right? That is not represented in this meeting right now. But I'm sure those markets will be represented sometime very shortly, right? Everyone deserves a chance. Someone took a shot on me 15 years ago, right? So it's my turn to repay that opportunity, right? That man is sitting in this room. He took a chance on me 15 years ago, right? So today it's my turn to take a chance on somebody. and I'm going to open a door for somebody. And I don't know who that person is going to be. And it's going to change everyone's life again. And I'm committed to that. And I see it and I believe it. And the only thing stopping me from being there is a lot of these travel restrictions. But again, those are starting to loosen up. Those are starting to open. And I will build whatever that market is to bring Mel to that market, right? I will build those markets to bring Mel to those markets. And that's what we all should work for, right? Because at the end of the day, what's more exciting than that? Everyone gets a chance to set their goals, set their times, set their schedules, set their income levels, set their rank levels. And guess what? We just start organically building this market. Someone started this a year ago, right? That's how all these people from all these markets came into play, right? And I love that commitment, and I love what that stands for, because everybody that was at the 6:30 a.m. meeting is here now. And what about some of those people that didn't come to this meeting? Hey, maybe you missed out. Maybe you can catch something on the replay. But just think, in 1999, if that guy in that 5,000 person room who was in the restaurant business didn't go to that meeting that day, guess what? I would have never went down into this industry. I would have never joined this industry, because what I saw, I couldn't relate to, right? And if that guy had just decided to take a day off and not show up to that Super Saturday, guess what? In this line of work, I would have never traveled the world like I have. I would have never changed their lives. It would have never happened. I don't even know who that guy was. I don't even know who that guy is. But let me tell you, I thank that guy and his family every single day, because if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be me. Plain and simple. And, you know, old is gold. So we go back to the KISS method. We keep it simple, right? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it very simple. You show me two committed people in a market, I'm in your market. And I know the boss is going to think I'm crazy, but you know what? He thought my promotion was crazy.
I've always thought you're crazy. Crazy good.
Hey, you know, like I said, you got to have some fun. Got to have some fun. But yeah, you just show me two people in a market and we'll take care of the rest. That's all. That's all I want.
Lately, I've been calling publicly Pradeep crazy, but it's the crazy ones, right? Because the richest man in the world right now is Elon Musk. And how many people said, when he said, you know, he's going to take everybody to space, they said he's crazy. Next thing you know, he's the richest guy in the world. It's the crazy ones.
But do you understand who Elon Musk? Yeah, but do you understand who Elon Musk is? Elon Musk is the modern day Tony Stark. He is actually the living Tony Stark, which people don't understand, right? You think Tony Stark is just a character in Avengers. No, the real Tony Stark of the world is that man. And I mean, what he did at Stanford and his revolutionized space and whatever else. I mean, it's phenomenal. But yeah, you're right. People,
those are the crazy ones.
People are crazy. Yeah. Look, the definition of, you know, the difference between say, you know, I mean, it's only measured by someone's accomplishments, right? If you hit, you're successful, you're a genius. If you miss, you're insane, right? Same person will have two titles. Either he's insane because he didn't achieve what he wanted to achieve, or he's a genius because he achieved it. It's the same thing. One goes one way, one goes the other. That's it. So if you're able to achieve something, you're a genius. If you can't achieve anything, people are going to call you insane. Oh, look at that. What the hell was he thinking? What was she thinking? What were they doing? And there's all these like people on my road trying to do these big machinery now. Okay.
You hear that
it's kind of crazy. I think they're paving the road. But
All right, no worries.
Yeah, sorry about
Pradeep,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
just bring me two in a market. Bring me two in a market, and I want to play.
And Sonu, are you
Deal.
open to travel to Saudi Arabia, Sudan, or any country in the world that has two people full time?
As long as listen, as long as the embassy gives me a visa, I'll travel. Yeah, start it out.
Okay.
You know, I mean, look, there's gonna be markets. There's gonna be. I've been to Saudi
Oh, your
Arabia.
phone's cutting out.
There's gonna be markets.
Oh, your connection.
Your connection is bad.
But I've told the story of Sonu's passport has every stamp in the world. I remember when he first went to the country of Ghana. I said, "Where are you going?" Is Ghana, for the business and everything else. It was like amazing. So
There's
Saudi
gonna be
Arabia,
markets
Sudan. I mean, it's like it's based
that
upon
we could-
leadership, right? Wherever the leadership is.
Chief, we have 48 hours for the foreign trip incentive to finish. We have 48 hours for the Dubai Gala dinner qualification, right? Is the company planning to extend this?
Got to go to my appointment, guys.
Right, because everybody, Chief, is under the assumption, oh, it is going to get extended, so we do it next time.
I wouldn't count on that personally.
I wouldn't count on that because, Sonu made it very, very clear to me. He said, stop it. Let's think of something new. So everybody out here who's qualified, congratulations, you've cut it. And everybody who has not done it, you still have 48 hours to get there. Do not give up because the world does not remember somebody who gave up.
True.
The world remembers somebody who fought till the last minute and became a winner. Chief, thank you so much for stopping by our school. And if anybody has any other questions, I will be more than glad to take it. But thank you so much, Chief. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Let's take it to the top. Good
Yep.
seeing you guys.
Yep.
Take care. See ya. Cheers.